to Reality Renewed. We are joined today with Betsy.
Hello.
Former Ryder Cup champion.
My golf gear, yeah. Heading out to golf
Heading out
next,
to golf.
So that's why I'm wearing this.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. No, you look adorable.
Oh.
You know, I wanted to bring Betsy on this. When I first thought about doing this podcast, Betsy was always someone that I knew I would want to have on because I think it's very important when you are navigating a divorce and going through it to have a friend that you can talk to.
Right.
And have advice and someone who's going to be non-judgmental.
Yep.
And is going to be a vault.
Yep.
Which
for sure. Well, yeah, you need a sounding board to just feel like you can say whatever's going on in your head.
Yep.
And know that that's okay. Like you can say whatever you want and you have somebody that you can just bounce things off of. And it's just a safe space to talk.
Absolutely. And I think knowing you have that person just makes the...
Yeah, you're not like isolated and you're having all these thoughts in your head and you're like, I don't have anyone to talk to like that I can trust.
Absolutely.
Where it's okay.
So, you know, you were really a key supporter through my transition to non-married life.
Right. Well...
And that's really what I wanted you on. You know, we, prior to my divorce, obviously we were still really close as friends. Yep. And it's funny. I mean, we went on a couple trips together, which were fun.
Yeah.
But now it's been great. Obviously, like, our friendship has evolved and grown. Obviously, like, our kids get along great.
Yep.
And so it's just been wonderful to have you sort of on, you know, both sides of this. Obviously, it wasn't an easy process to go through my divorce.
Right.
You don't get married saying, I'm going to get divorced eventually.
This is the next thing that'll happen after all these other things. Right. No, like...
But, you know, I so appreciate, you know, you being there for me. You know, one thing that I've talked to other people about who, you know, are separated or are divorced is the first night that you spend alone, not with your kids. And I remember, because Matt and I were nesting.
Yep.
And I remember you and I were going out. We're like, let's go get dinner. I'm like, let's have a fun night. We should have a fun night.
Like a distraction.
Because we were nesting, but also, like, we were trading off sleeping in the basement, and I just remember, like, I was like, I just need a break from this, but I knew I wasn't going to have my kids.
Right.
And I remember you were so great. You're like, let's go have a night out. Let's just forget about it. Like, we're going to have a great night. We went and, like, we ate and probably had just a couple beverages.
Just a few.
Maybe of the alcoholic variety.
Right.
But probably not
couple, like,
not too many.
Yeah, like one.
Maybe stopped at Cuzzy's.
Right.
Hard to say, really.
Yeah. Probably happened.
Yeah. But I remember us getting home, probably ordered Taco Bell.
And ate about one thing.
Yeah. And I remember, because Kevin was traveling.
Yeah, he was gone.
So we're, like, laying in your, you know, the owner's suite.
Right.
And I just remember laying there, and I was like, gosh, Betsy's the best. Like, I'm laying in her bed with her, and, like, just to have that friend when you're...
Right.
Because I'm so used to, like, having my kids there.
Sure, exactly, right? All the other motions of all the things you go through when your kids are right there.
Right. So I just remember that.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
That first night just being, like, you made it fun. Like, it could have been really fucking depressing. Like, I could have been, like... I don't know. Right. It could have been bad.
Well, and I think that's part of, like, also when you're going through this change, that's part of what you want your friends to also do is not always just be, like, talking about it. It's like sometimes, it's there, but it's like I just need to act like things are, you know, quote unquote normal right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not thinking about it. And it also gives you glimpses of, like, okay, like, all is good, going to be good on the other side too. Like, all these normal things that I do now will still happen then, and it'll be okay. So
yeah, absolutely. And I remember in the morning, your kids came in. I think they were like, "What is Kaley doing in your bed?"
Why is she here? Yeah. they love you, so they were like, this is fun.
Yeah, no, it's great. I think we all had breakfast together.
Right? Yep, exactly.
After we told them to go entertain themselves for a while so we could still sleep.
We're trying to recover right now, so you guys don't bother us. Yeah.
But that was a really, really special night for me. And I think people, talking about it, it can be a really, really hard night.
Oh my gosh,
and
right?
Just that feeling of
the emotions of the roller coaster of emotions, because you're like missing your kids and all of that, life that but you're also like, but this has to happen because now we're shifting this way. So it's just all the changes merging at that one point, and it's really hard.
It is. And I think even now, with our schedule, as much like having that alone time is nice, like it is still hard, like when you are saying bye to them when they're going to school and knowing you're not going to see them for a few days, that is
it's really hard.
A hard transition. And I think you and I have talked about this, is I'm not good at being alone. You are good at being alone. Like you almost like get recharged by being alone, where I almost get like charged by being by being with other people.
Yep.
But I remember we talked about this. I'm also trying to figure out the importance of being alone and being okay being alone.
And just being with yourself and hello Daisy. But like there is so much value in being comfortable being alone, and like starting to also be like, okay, I'm alone. Like, who am I? Like, what do I want to do? Like, what do I enjoy when I'm by myself? Because there's a million things that it's like, even if it's just sitting and watching TV by yourself, you're like, you know what? There's no distractions. There's no stress, right? Like, I can just unwind and relax and enjoy, like, just myself.
Absolutely.
I think there's so much value in that.
And even as a mom, and we don't take the time to just...
never, right? Like, actually care about ourselves every once in a while. So I think for me, too, sometimes it's like, when I have those moments of just alone time, it's like, it's okay to just sit here and do nothing, because this is, like, caring for myself too. I don't have to be running through the motions which usually when we have time to ourselves, that's all we go do. It's
absolutely
like all the things. So I think for you in that change, it was like you need to really learn how to like value that time for yourself.
Absolutely.
It's so important.
This is the divorce dog. I decided to get my kids a dog after. Man, she's a handful, but she's very cute. She's going to appear in a lot of the podcasts. I'd love to talk to you about what kind of your tips would be, like kind of the do's and don'ts of being a friend to someone who's going through a divorce.
Well, I think the first, like, we talked about, it's like you need to be a space that's not judgmental. Like, you're not saying, well, everything happens for a reason. Like, this is going to be easy. You can get through it. It's not probably easy. There's all kinds of ups and downs that go along with it. So I think it's, knowing that you're in someone's corner and that you don't have to worry about like what you're talking about with me. And it doesn't have to like be like, well, am I talking about this too much? It's like, that's what a friend is there for. Like to me, a friend is somebody that's always there no matter what, right? Like I will drop whatever to like help you out through a problem. So I think it's also knowing that I'm here for you. Like it's a safe place. There's no judgment here. But also knowing that like you need other things to distract you from like just focusing on that. Like we can also go about our normal friendship and doing all the things, and it doesn't have to just be the focus.
And I think you were great about that too. Like you're like, hey, let's just go do like a little girls trip. Like let's go, 2 nights, or let's go up to the cabin for a night if you don't have your kids. Like I think it is like having those healthy distractions too
like
when you're going through it.
Like, talking it through, but not letting it consume you in a lot of ways either, because that'll just pull you down, right? Like you've already got all the other stuff going on behind the scenes. So I knew I could 1000% trust you, and that you weren't gonna go blab it to the world, talk to everybody about what's going on and all the things.
Like I knew you were a vault. And I remember when I was talking to Amy about it, who has been on this podcast, and she said, when you go through this, do not talk to people about it. And if you need to talk to people about it, make sure it's people that you
selective with who you're doing that with.
1000% trust. And because she made, one, it was you don't want your business and everything out there. No one needs to hear about it because people are going to gossip no matter what.
Well, and I think that's the other thing in terms of like being a friend to someone going through this. It's like, yeah, you find those chosen people that you're like, I know I can trust you and say whatever I want, and it doesn't go further than that conversation, because at the end of the day, 99% of the people have no idea what's going on in your marriage, right? And so then if you are talking to all kinds of people about it, like, of course things are going to get out, and then all these kinds of just
the telephone game.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think that too is like an important part of being the friend to somebody, is like, this is like private stuff that you're keeping tight to your chest because you're a close friend. I'm not going to sit here and like talk to somebody who's like, how's Kaley, and then spill the beans. It's just like, so, because to your point, that telephone game is rampant in most communities.
Yeah. And people are bored. Like,
they have nothing else to, so they thrive on somebody else's situation going on, or whatever information is like swirling out there. And it's unfortunate.
Because I remember hearing at the beginning just so many like crazy stories about my ex and I that were going around, and I was
you're like, this is insane.
It was almost like comical to the point. And just the community we live in, there's just people gossip, and it's annoying, but it is what it is. And I just remember like from the beginning also hearing it from my parents. They're like, don't talk about your divorce to anyone. No. If you need to talk to people about it, find a tight group. And Amy made a really good point, which was, be careful with the friends you talk to about it, because they may have older kids. Right. And if they're hearing you talk about it to your husband or to a friend, and the older sibling is hearing, then, they could be going to the friend. And
talking to other kids, their friends who also know you. And
then, it could get back to my kids who are like, wait, what?
No, that's so true, too. Yeah.
So it's just trying to, like, minimize that, telephone game. And I think, this kind of goes to I'm kind of answering my own question, but, like, obviously, what are the don'ts of...
Right, exactly. Just...
being a friend through it.
Yeah, being like, oh, guess what Kaley told me today, right?
Yeah.
Like, none of that has to happen. And again, I think that also... it's like, what kind of friend are you that would then go talk about, like, such vulnerable things for somebody that they're going through? I mean, it's a major life change. And so to sit there and be like, guess what I heard today? I mean, that's awful. Like, I couldn't imagine, when I think of our close friends, I'm like, I can't imagine any of them going out and doing something like that. And it would be
not.
Like the most hurtful thing. But
and I think it's interesting, it's when you go through a divorce, you really find out who your friends are and who are not your friends.
Totally.
And I would say 95% of my friends were amazing. Like, because I have friends from high school to college, so many different groups, this season of life as being a mom. And I would say, and the couple people that weren't awesome, I kind of look at it now and I'm like, well, fuck them. It's sort
of like... Were there
like,
friends that you were like surprised by their reaction, or after like a step back, you're like, no, actually, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, like there was one I was definitely surprised about that we've talked about. Just, it's like what's the glass? What's the term? Glass,
like the glass house.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, it's like it's like I have enough wonderful, amazing friends in my life, and I think talking to people through this divorce process, and people are getting separated or getting divorced, I think one of the things they're really worried about is like, what are people going to think?
Totally.
What are people going to say about me? Oh my gosh, I'm now like the divorcee. I'm,
this label that you're like a divorced person and all this stuff. And that is hard. And that's unfortunately just what happens when you live in a small community, because that's what people focus on. But I don't know. I think that's also where you have to kind of rely on like those strong friendships to be like, okay, people are going to say whatever they want to say. And however hard that is, it's like, I just have to have a thicker skin to be like,
1,000%.
I don't care. I know I have my friends that I can trust explicitly. And
I remember being so worried about that at the beginning. I remember being like,
I know.
Oh my gosh, like I don't even want to like be out because I'm worried about people.
I remember that too.
I'm worried about people like coming up to me and being like, how are you and
I know,
Matt
just
doing?
bringing it up even in the most casually way.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, none of your business. Like, why are you like asking me about this?
Yeah.
Like,
and you're at the grocery store. And then I remember I was like, fuck it.
I know.
Who cares?
And you're so amazing, like, in that regard, because you really are, like, I'm not going to let this, like, bother me.
No. And
it's amazing.
Because if I do, I would have never left my house.
Yeah. Right.
I would have been like a little hermit.
Yeah. And you're also, like, putting an example in front of your girls, like, hey, like, things happen, but it's okay. Like, we're okay. Like, and you're putting on a strong face for them too,
1000%.
to not act like I have to hide behind something because this is a bad thing, right?
No,
like,
exactly.
It's okay that sometimes these things happen, and you're okay, you're safe. Like,
Absolutely.
I'm okay, and I'm gonna be okay.
Absolutely.
So I think that's like super important for them to be modeling, or you're modeling for them.
And I also think, it's also good for kids to see like life isn't always easy.
Oh my gosh, right?
And I think in our community and how our kids are raised, like, they don't face a lot of adversity.
Right. No, there aren't a lot of challenges, struggles that they have to deal with. And so to see, it's kind of like when you show your kids emotions. It's like, it's okay to have emotions. Like, everybody has them. So I don't think that's a bad thing for them to see. Just like these situations, like, there are always going to be hard moments that you have to get through. Like, that is life. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like I say that to my kids all the time. When something bad happens, I'm like, this is life for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. Like, these things, there's always going to be something that's hard or challenging to get through. Mm-hmm. And you have to be able to do it because, we're not always there for them. Yeah. So I think for you to show them that is huge for them.
And I think just for people out there, like, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Let people talk.
Yeah.
On the other side,
also, like,
you're great.
At some point, the talk doesn't even, right? As you're longer, like, down that pathway, what are you going to, like, what is anyone going to talk about?
Yes.
Because you have navigated it well.
Yes.
So there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
It's just. Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know.
I agree.
Right?
Well, we've talked about this, but I think you were great about helping with some of, like, the daily tasks and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I think that's something that, like, for example, I remember, like, there were a couple times where I was like, hey, can I drop Penny off?
Yeah, right.
Can she come hang with Ollie because I have things
something
I need to do.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And so I think, like, as much as people can sort of be there through that friend, because you're going from being a 2-parent household.
Right. Where you have someone that you can say, for that exact purpose, like, hey, I need to do this, I got to do this, whatever, but suddenly you're like, okay, I'm not in that place to necessarily rely on that person to do some of this stuff. So, I think, like, we joke, like, about almost having, like, a sister-wife situation, because I think regardless, like, you want friends like that in your life, right? But especially when you're going through something like this, it's like, how can I make things easier? Even if it's the smallest thing, like, bring Penny over. Of course you can drop her off. It's just...
We'll order Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, right? It's like, yes, like, again, I think it's just the main point of, like, I'm here for you, like, however I can support you through this process. Mm-hmm. And I think probably I know that for you, it's like those even most little or big things, wherever that falls on the spectrum, is invaluable.
Oh, 1,000%, because... obviously our childcare situation changed once we became divorced. We weren't going to have a full-time nanny going kind of back and forth.
Yep.
It just didn't make sense.
No. And honestly, I think that's probably sort of harder for the girls too, in some ways too. So then at least they're relying on you through that process more, and you're there for them more too, which I think is important. But
yeah. But it's just so helpful to have those friends to be around to just like help out with kind of, those simple things. And, even we joke, but like in this new season of life, I'm kind of like, what are my hobbies? Like, my hobbies can't be like taking care of my kids. I mean, I love my kids. Of
course, but you're like, I need another identity too. Like, I love being a mom and being there with them all the time, but I need to have some things that kind of like that whole self-care piece.
Yeah.
Learning to be okay being alone, but learning to find things that I like to go do that also can fill my time outside of just you guys.
And that's why you've been so good at like your like, hey, let's go to a workout class.
Yeah,
like,
right?
Hey, let's
go
meet at Pilates, or hey, let's do this, which
Yeah.
I think has been super helpful. And then also, mahjong.
Right.
We're getting into
right?
mahjong. And
Yep.
I think that is, if you told me 3 years ago that I would be playing mahjong,
Right.
I would
You'd be
say
like,
you
"You're
are
out to lunch."
batshit crazy.
Right. Exactly. That'll never be me.
Yeah.
And here we are.
But
so
I actually love mahjong.
It's great.
Or like you were needlepoint.
Yeah. Right.
I might get into needlepoint.
Yeah, I think you should. It's amazing. Again, it's just something to like distract your mind.
So I think it's finding the new hobbies,
Yep.
like kind of finding in the second chapter of life, like sort of what you enjoy.
Right. But I think sometimes that is even with like a divorce, it's like finding yourself. We're not the same people we were when we get married, and it's sometimes saying, hey, I'm not the same person and I need to rediscover who I am, which is finding all these things about yourself, right? To your point in this like second chapter of life. And
like I don't like cooking.
Right. So
I don't like cooking. And I used to cook. I used to meal plan. I remember I would get the Sunday scaries.
Yeah, because you're like,
I would meal plan. I would have meals every day. I hated it. I remember just like
pounding
meat and just be like, I hate this, and like cutting vegetables.
Right. You're like, this isn't me. Like, this isn't something that fills my cup.
No.
And that's okay.
But I think as a mom and as a wife, I felt like
that's like your part of your job, like, right, requirements is to be doing that. And
I feel like I have a warm meal. So now I joke that I should be like, I'm hopefully, DoorDash, this gets big, and DoorDash can sponsor me, because the amount of money I spend at DoorDash.
Likewise. Yeah, it's a big piece of the pie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So DoorDash, one day, sponsor me. Or really, I would take anything, Grubhub.
Right.
Uber Eats.
Any of you delivery.
What are the other ones? I don't know. Any of them.
Right.
Take any of them.
Oh my gosh.
So funny. So like kind of figuring that out, like what you do like and what you don't like.
Exactly. And that's why, like with friends, to your point, it's like, oh, you love to do this, you love to do that. Like, it's just spending time with them and finding something new that might be like your jam. You never know. I don't know.
No, I love that. So, I think looking forward.
Yeah.
In our life together, Betsy. We joke that one day we're going to live together.
Right, exactly.
Have a little home with just our friends.
Right. It'll be kept just perfect.
Just kept
no
perfectly.
One's gonna bother us with anything.
It'll be perfect. Yeah. But I think now that I'm on kind of like the second chapter of life, I think it's been really great to sort of still have the friends.
Right.
But also sort of find new ways. And I think we're all kind of finding like new activities and new things that make us happy and excited. I mean, Monica's getting really into pickleball.
Right, exactly.
We sound like old ladies.
I know.
Mahjong and needlepoint and pickleball.
Well, I mean, that's
the shoe fits.
Right, yeah, I guess so.
But I think, as you're going through this next phase, or as I'm going through this next phase, I think it's great to have those people around who are sort of like willing to adapt with you in these new life changes.
But I think that's so true. I mean, a lot of us met when our kids were little in like a parenting group, right? And so then you're in the thick of that. Now that, that's how many years ago our kids are at this point in their lives. So now they're not relying on us for like every little thing. So again, it's like, okay, my friends, like, I don't want to be a lonely person just sitting in my house all day. So it's like you find your friends and they're doing different things and you're like, perfect, I'm going to join in and do all these things. So you're just, your friendships are even a transition as to like what those friendships look like, which, is to your point, it's nice to be on the other side of your divorce and say like, these are the friendships that have walked me through this whole thing. And I know that these are like my forever friends.
My people.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm so...
Right? I mean, and a great feeling. Like, I can't imagine having friendships where there's, like, doubts about what kind of friendship you actually have with somebody. I mean, we've all had those in our lives. Yeah. And it's really nice to, like, drop that dead weight.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I just think there's such a power of friendship during tough life transitions.
How else do you get through it? I mean, you can rely on your family, obviously, of course. a therapist obviously is wonderful, but you need a really big support group. You know, it's really hard.
And so I would, my advice to people listening, whether they're going through a divorce or they're a friend to someone going through a divorce, is if you're that friend, like you said, just be open, be non-judgmental.
Exactly. And just be there to listen. Like, sometimes that's all they, sometimes it was like, I just need to, like, vent and just talk about a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, great, go for it. Yeah. I may not have something necessarily to, like, say that's life-changing or, some epiphany for you, but at least you know that I'm here to listen to you, and I will offer whatever help and advice that I could then and now. But it's sometimes just knowing you have somebody that you can talk to. And
absolutely.
Just to get it off your chest. Because you're going through so many emotions and feelings and, thoughts and all the things.
And then I think for the people who are going through a divorce is just find those people, whether it's like a support group, or because they exist.
Exactly.
There's a single, Edina single moms group on Facebook. I don't know if you actually should put that in. I think that might be a private group, so maybe don't put that in, Chase. We'll rewind.
But there are groups that you can find. And just keeping your circle tight. Yeah, I think is really important. Yeah, I think that's a super important thing.
So in closing, Bets, I love you. Thank you so much for being such an amazing friend through it all. I know it wasn't always easy. I know there were times when I wasn't my best.
We've all been there, so it goes back.
But you never judged, and you always...
I'm sorry, but it's also one of those things, it's like you can't judge somebody when they're going through something so difficult. Like, how can you judge anybody when it's their own situation, right? It's like, all I can do is be here to support you. Like, it's... Yeah.
So I just really well, I do support you as well.
You do, right?
But I do just very much appreciate you and love you. And I just hope everyone else going through it has an Elizabeth in their life.
Love you, girl.
Love you. Thank you.
Yeah.